one of the major hindrances to starting, to learning a vocation is parental, or what I call a societal influence. Many parents focus on academic success alone. They don't want their children to attend schools that will make them, they actually want their students to attend school that will make them educationally sound and help them to gain admissions into the best university, get a good paying job or higher paying job, a higher professional job, like white collar job, with little or no encouragement for vocational school,
Hello, and hello again. It is nice to know that you are always here supporting the channel, sharing, liking, commenting, and subscribing. We're glad today to introduce to you someone very special. I wouldn't want to take so much time because he will definitely do justice to the topic of today, and that is harnessing the opportunities of multiple vocations. And his name is Engr Gboyega Adeleke. So, without further ado, he's going to tell us, is more like an umbrella of all we have been talking about with vocation skills, learning skills, why we need to learn new skills, and what are the benefits, how do you empower people. So he's here to tell us about it, and please stay tuned. But before you listen on your own, remember to like, share, subscribe, and let us make a difference in our world. So without further ado, I will call on the screen Engr Gboyega Adeleke. Hey, nice to see you. You are welcome. So Engr Adeleke.
Yes.
You are welcome. Okay. Shall we start by asking you to please introduce yourself and what you do?
Okay, good afternoon, viewers. Adeleke Gboyega Adeleke, and I'm an engineer by training and a businessman, an entrepreneur, emerging one. So that is what I do. I still practice as a civil engineer, building and road construction, and I have businesses. We have a supermarket, a bakery, and an eatery. Recently, we just entered into hospitality business, precisely events center. So those are the things that we do in trying to have multiple streams of income, and by not depending on any government or anybody to give us contracts before we survive. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was so that was spot on. Not depending on the government, not depending on anyone else to give you your daily bread. So that is spot on. And I see you have actually created an initiative where you are now empowering people, not just about yourself now, it's about other people, how people won't depend on you. They say rather than giving people fish, you're teaching them how to fish themselves. So could you tell us about this initiative and how you've started, and how could you shed more light on what it is about?
Okay, so I've actually had it in mind to start something on empowerment, encouraging people to do something with their hands. Of course, one of the reasons why we started the supermarket and the bakery is to actually employ people, get them to do something on their own. Of course, people that we employ in the bakery, we have had to train them, and at the same time working for us, the same at the eatery and even at the supermarket. So having said that, I've not been able to start particularly on that empowerment program outside. So, but there is an initiative from our church as part of outreach evangelism to people. So we call the initiative Kings and Priests. That's the unit, and I'm actually the coordinator. So part of that initiative is just to empower people. So we look for the youth on the streets, try to gather them together to get something doing. Of course, we've gone out before, even before we started this program. We've interviewed people and said, "What are you doing?" And they said, "I'm not doing anything." So where are you going? I'm just roaming about, going to friends' house to see if I can get anything to survive. So that actually made us to come back to the plan to have an outreach, an empowerment outreach to the youth, so that we're able to teach them what to do. So we gathered the professionals. It was easier for us because it was from the church. We gathered professionals, the farmers that are professional, that are doctors but are still doing farming. We have professionals that everybody, they are graduates, but they have learned that trade and they are doing very well. The decorators, one of the top-notch decorators in Oyo State and Nigeria as a whole. The same thing with nails and makeup technology, the photography and videography, the bread making and confectionery, and so on and so forth, as indicated in that flyer. So what we now did was we chose University of Ibadan as a center for the first empowerment program we had. We just had an empowerment seminar whereby we talked to people. The professional came around, they introduced their areas to people. So and the idea is you go back and you think on, you make a decision on which area you actually want to fit in. So we now place you, we attach you to a mentor, which is those people that actually give them the seminar. So, and with that, free of charge, they can learn that trade. Some of them said it's easier for them because they don't have that equipment and they don't have money to buy it yet. So what we did is, some of them that can attend the church, or some of them that are actually in their church, we told them to join a department. For instance, if you join a videography department or a photography department, it's easier for you and for them to teach you and make you to use their camera for practice, even without getting one. So the same thing with other areas. So that's what we did last, and they have been attached to a mentor who is going to be teaching them practical works. So we have done that of University of Ibadan. By God's grace, in the next couple of weeks, we are planning to go to the Polytechnic Ibadan too, so to continue the empowerment. The idea is just to get them, whether you are not necessarily a student alone, you may be maybe you have graduated, you don't know what you're doing, or you have finished your secondary school waiting for admission. Instead of just loafing around doing nothing, because the Bible says an idle hand is a devil's workshop. So you can just get yourself that and get yourself engaged. So that's the whole idea of what we're doing.
Okay, thank you very much. What are the hindrances to learning a vocation for anyone, either they're in school or they're jobless? Are there any hindrances?
Yes, I got that question, and it's a very important question. I will start by saying that one of the major hindrances to starting to learning a vocation is parental, or what I call a societal influence. You know, many parents focus on academic success alone. They don't want their children to attend schools that will make them, they actually want their students to attend school that will make them educationally sound and help them to gain admissions into the best university, get a good paying job or higher paying job, a higher professional job, like white collar job, with little or no encouragement for vocational school. About what the parents will be saying, that my children is now learning
bread making, is now learning sewing. One of the major hindrance is actually we the parents. We don't encourage our what? We don't encourage our children. If we the parents are encouraging them, of course, children, we know more than them. So if we can encourage them to learn, of course, I'm not saying that academic excellence is not good. It's fine, but don't just allow them to dwell on academic success alone. Because the truth of the matter is, we can all do white collar job. There are some people that will go into this vocational trade, and I used to tell people that it's an added advantage for people that actually know how to do this vocation, because they are preparing for their retirement. So why can't you just encourage them to pick a trade and let them learn it while they are still young? Say that it's better parents actually encourage them to learn that trade now. Parental influence on their children is very, very key. All other ones are secondary. But if parents can drop that ego of what the society will be saying, if they see my children learning a trade, learning, this and that. So all those parental influence and society perception about learning a trade, if you can remove that one are just secondary. That's the primary challenge is from the parent. If the parents encourage them to learn a trade even while they are young, it will be good. Another challenge that I think, especially as it affects the schools, is that most educational institutions do not have the qualified teachers that will be capable of handling that vocational subjects. Even the qualified ones may not even accept the low-paying job that they will be paying, so they won't get that in school. Because the few ones that will be in school will say, I can't collect that, because they know that if for 30 days, if I have a shop, I know what I will make and I have my time to myself. You see a lot of graduates that are supposed to be in school teaching, they are not there. They just have a shop and they are making their money. So those are the challenges. That leads me to another challenge of insufficient facilities in school. Even when you want to start, there is no facility, so it becomes frustrating even for those people that even say, I have a passion for teaching, don't let me just do it for money alone. But here you are in school, there's nothing even to teach the students, so government is not providing anything, and they will just quit that. So what am I even doing here? So those are the challenges. But I believe if we are determined, the youth are determined, they can overcome this. I know youth, they will say they don't have money to start on their own too, lack of fun. But to me, there are some things you can do even without any money to start.
Thank you very much.
Let me stop on that.
Thank you. Another question is, how can a youth start? So maybe someone is watching this video and thinking, oh, okay, I want to start. How can I start? Where do I start from?
Okay, the first thing, which is the most important thing for you to start, it's you have to be determined. You're going to make up your mind that you want to start this thing. Once you have that will to start, you make up your mind. I'm sure by the grace of God, pastor will always say something that things don't just are made to happen. So you're going to make up your mind that you are going to start. So once you start, then other things that you need will actually fall in place. You understand? And then when you have started, then you begin to identify your passion. For instance, some people are good at speaking, talking. So you might not be a master. You can be a public speaker. They pay you for MC and the rest. So it's part of what the empowerment program we did. Somebody gave them lectures on public speaking, elocution, and the rest. In those days, you are talkative, you talk too much. It's a passion for it. We have a lot of them now that they just speak for 2 minutes and they collect 2 million naira. So it's about knowing your passion, know what you want, and go for it. So develop your area, your ability in that area. Make sure you are the best there. And that doesn't mean that It's not just only one. Identify 3 areas. Identify this one, make sure you are very good on that area, on the other one too, so that as you are making money from this one, the other one is coming too. There are some passive income that you can make. For instance, issue of farming. If you are a public speaker, it doesn't mean that you can't do farming. You can't do some other thing, in your leisure, you can do it. So how to start? Be determined as a youth. Make up your mind that you're going to start and start doing something. So another important thing about starting is you should not have a money making mindset before you start learning a vocation. Don't allow money to be the center some people, you are not even learning, you've not even finished knowing it very well, start asking for money. Do a lot of free job. Let people know you. If you are doing something that you are not collecting money from, even if you make mistake, people will like to encourage you. Or if you have charged them, if you make any mistake, they will be certain that they will take you to court because it's a contract. So those are the things that youth need to beware. They should not have this money making mentality before starting. They should just start and make sure that what is in their mind is how to be the best in what they are doing. Then apart from that, they make a research about what they want to do, read literatures, check things from the internet, go for trainings. There are a lot of free trainings out there, especially from churches. You just go there for free. They will attach you to people like the one we are doing. You don't need to have a dime, because what people always say is that I want to start, but I did not know how to start. Why? Because I don't have money. But here now there are some people that are doing it as a CSR, like the one we are doing is a CSR program of the church that we want to give back to this. Yes. So how to start? I said if you say you don't have money to start, there are so many CSR programs that people are doing, not only churches, not only religious organizations. There are individuals that are empowering people. People should just search for that, and they are not going to pay anything. In fact, at the end of the day, you have people that is going to even give them a startup capital. So things don't just happen, things that make to happen. Once you have that determination that you want to do something, then go for it. Go for your passion. Make a research about what you want to do. Then the last thing is draw a plan and get a location to start. Don't say I don't look out for something. Draw a plan. Okay, this is what I want to be doing. Like a timetable for yourself. Maybe it's 2 or 3 hours I want to be dedicating for that per day. Draw it out and find somebody that will be teaching you. Once you know it, it becomes your own. Thank you.
Wow, thank you very much. That's it. Draw out a plan, have a mentor, search online or anywhere for even churches, charity organizations, for how they can help you, attach you to one of the CSRs. If I may ask, I've just said CSR. What is CSR?
Corporate social responsibility.
Okay. Good to know. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So finally, thank you for telling us about how youth can start, how they can get a mentor, how they can they need to be determined, how they need to draw a plan, and it will get them on the right path. So looking at what we've just said, finally, is there any advice you have for the younger generation?
Okay, so my advice for the younger generation, especially youths from Nigeria or Africa as a whole, is they should have an alternative plan aside the academic. It's good to have the academic knowledge and education, but they should have a plan B, an alternative plan of making money. I know people want academic success for their children, especially parents, but is that really the best? Does this help your child? Would that make your child to be fulfilled? Then can we all have a white collar job? What will our society look like if we all have only white collar jobs? You understand? So the necessary career skills that are required in the business world are not even taught to students in school anymore because of those challenges. So, and that is why parents need to encourage their wards to learn at least a vocation. So our advice, both parents, my advice is not just for youth alone. Parents should encourage their wards to learn every small time when they finish their assignment or when in vacation. Let them pick a trade and learn. You understand? It could eventually be their retirement business plan they are learning. Because one day, if you even have a white collar job, you're going to retire from it. And when you retire at the age of 60, do you still want to continue with your life? So, I mean, you start something now, you get better, you are gathering the experience, from it now. So when you want to start, you've had the experience, you've passed through the challenges that are there. So you are good to go there instead of just finish and just jump into one trade that you did not know.
Thank you, and I wish you all the best with your initiative, and I pray that God will give you more grace, more resources to help the younger generation fulfill their dreams of being independent, because we know what it is even around the world, not just in Africa, even around the world, people are being too lazy to want to learn something new. So learning something new, you never know where that will help you or where that will take you, rather than depending on government or big brothers and sisters for handouts. So thank you very much for your time, and I wish you all the best in your endeavors.
Thank you too for that initiative. God bless you too.
Amen. Amen.
Thank you.
So thank you, viewers. You have heard it all from the engineer himself. He is in charge of coordinating this for his church, and that is to help the younger generation get skills that are required, not just for now, even for their retirement. So whether you're a student, whether you're jobless or not, it's time for you to start thinking of another source of income. Learn a trade and get yourself busy. And I pray that what you desire to do would definitely be accomplished through your determination. So thank you very much, everyone, for listening. It's nice having you here. Just remember to like, to share, to subscribe, and let us spread the news to everyone around us that, vocational skills are very important for everyone to learn. Thank you, and bye-bye.